Welcome to the Awesome. I'm Big Roy, and this is Marvel Strike Force. So the Black Panther Blitz is ending today, and I'm already at 912,000 points, which is most likely enough for top 500, but I'm still going to go for 1,000,000. Mostly because I've never got there before. So I'm going to show you guys how I farm Tier 8. I'm going to start with my B team for the first fight, and I don't even need to look at the other matches, because if you see a Defenders fight in Tier 8, you take that fight. They're that bad. The only real threat is going to be Daredevil, because he can do a lot of damage at Tier 8, so you want to try to take him down. Luckily I have Drax, so he's going to take most of the damage from Daredevil. Oh, and my Drax, I only really leveled up his taunt, and then I've just geared him up and leveled him up a little bit. I didn't really spend any ability mats to raise his other skills, because he's basically there for the first turn taunt and second turn taunt. He's just there to soak damage, so that way I keep his power level low, and still he can still do his job. Alright, so we got the Daredevil down. The only other real threat is Iron Fist, but I'm going to try to take out the Night Nurse so she doesn't get her second heal, her big heal off. And I couldn't do it in time. And of course it didn't remove the taunt, so now I'm just going to have to fight around that. Now see, that was Iron Fist, big nuke, and it didn't even take out Drax, so yeah, that's why Defenders are so easy. They're just so terrible. Alright, so now that the taunt's gone, it's going to be pretty easy. Okay, now this one's pretty much over now. But yeah, my B team's still kind of a work in progress. I'd sub in Bullseye sometimes for Hawkeye if there's not many taunts I need to remove. It still wins about 75% or more of the time. So that's usually what I use for the first fight in Tier 8. Alright, so that's the first fight. Now for the next two fights, I'm going to use the two very low-level teams that I showed off in the first Blitz video. And you'll be able to see how much easier it is to win with them in the second and third fight of Tier 8. Alright, so I'm going to use the slightly higher level one, because sometimes the fights can be a little harder with that one because of the score. I've noticed around 500, the 500 skill level is when the named characters start getting a little harder to deal with. So it's a very thin line on the low level teams about what you can take on before their power goes really high and makes it really hard. Because I have a third team that's like a little more powerful than those two teams, but they have a much harder time at the higher levels. Alright, but this should still be pretty easy because Ronin's there and he's easy at any tier. Pretty much you always want to take a fight against Ronin because he's so slow and doesn't really do much damage. So it's basically 5 on 4. Alright, they did get one of my guys down, but should be okay. Yeah, there's not much damage left now. Alright, so that was very easy. Second fight in Tier 8. Now the third fight is going to be even easier with my even lower team. Now, some people might think, like, well, why don't you just do these fights with a higher team? Then you can get more points. I could do that, but there's the chance of losing, number one. And number two, I'd rather use all of my fights with my high team, my A team, on the very hardest fight, since I can get it down reliably every time. Alright, so I'm going to look for named characters, but there don't seem to be any, so I will just take this fight here. No, we'll go with that one. Alright, seems to be chugging a little bit, but yeah, just boom, one shot him. Then the one AoE, second one, look how easy that is. Like I said in the other video, it's a breeze. The third fight in Tier 8, look at that. Just stomped him. So now, we're at the very hardest fight in Tier 8. So now is when we make the big points with my A team. And the positioning is kind of important. I put Crossbones behind Captain America because Captain America is going to be taunting. So any chain that hits Captain America will then hit Crossbone instead of one of the other squishier characters. Alright, so we're looking for a fight here. We'll probably take that one because Rocket Raccoon's the only real threat. Nobu can be kind of nasty if you let him go for too long, but as long as you get him down pretty early, it won't be too hard. And of course, there's Ronin, which is, like I said, makes it a 5 on 4. Alright, I pretty much start almost every fight the same way. Start with a speed up, then the Inspire. And then we're going to start on Rocket Raccoon. We want to slow Kingpin, and then we're going to stun him with Black Widow when it comes up, because we don't want him getting the offense and defense up off. Alright, so that makes it easy getting the detonate early. So that takes out the Nobu ads. Now we're going to stun Kingpin. And then we have the AoE from Yondu. So, see, this one's pretty much already over. Yeah, his little weak AoE that did nothing. Take out Nobu, then we're going to take out Night Nurse, and it's pretty much over. So that's the best part of, and why you need to focus on your A team at all times. You want them high enough so you'll get these easy commander teams instead of a real player's meta team that will be tons harder and you might not even win. So we're just going to finish these guys off here. And I think I'm going to end up getting almost 30k for this fight, like 29,000 points. and change. So I'll just have to do like 2 more fights after this. Alright, so we got that down. Piece of cake. Alright, so we're going to look for another easy fight. Probably take that one there. Let's see what else we got here. No, that's way too much damage there. And that's a meta team of a real player, so we're definitely going to take this one. Now this one's a little more dangerous. You got Rocket Raccoon and then Quake, where you don't want her getting her slow off, or especially her Earthquake, because that can ruin your day. And of course we don't want the Kingpin to get off the offense up and defense up. So then Iron Fist, if he can get his ultimate off on a squishy, he could take one of them out. So I'll have to play it safe. Now we're going to stun Kingpin, of course. And if you can get that double bleed off with Black Widow, that makes it even easier. Alright, so Earthquake, detonate. This will be another breeze. Just got to get Quake down. Oh yeah, and there's the third AoE. That's why this team is so nasty. You got the speed up, you got dispels on almost everyone, and you have the 3 very powerful area of effect attacks. Alright, so we're just going to blow through these last 2 here, and then we'll just need 1 more win to hit 1 million Blitz points. Yep, we're at 982,000 now. Now, sometimes you might not get the commander teams when you're in the last fight of Tier 8. So I usually just wait and then wait for my next free fights to try to get commander teams again. Yeah, we're not doing that fight because of Black Widow. There's that one from before. We'll do that again because, yeah, you don't want to fight Daredevil at the last fight of Tier 8 because he can do some insane damage with his first skill, so you don't want to try it. So this should be pretty easy. We'll do the same plan as last time. Speed up, inspire. Now actually I shouldn't have done the AoE because Nobu's going to do his summon. So I should have just done my regular basic attack with Yondu. So I'll have to remember that next time. Still should be okay though. Of course, stun Kingpin. Yeah, so Cap's taking some damage here. Well, we should be okay. And you always want to summon Yondu summons because they just hit so hard. And worst case, they can tank for you a little bit if they get targeted by someone else's stronger ability. Alright, Detonate's going to clear most of those out. And it's kind of chugging with all the extra guys on there. Alright, Rocket Raccoon is going down now. Then we'll take out Nobu. Earthquake. Then Night Nurse. Then Ronin. So that is going to do it. Be hitting 1 million for the first time. But as you saw, the value of keeping those 2 low-level teams makes it very easy to get up to the last fight of Tier 8. And that's where I do all my fights with my A team. I end up using, once I get to tier 8, I use 3 of the 25 recharges, then 3 of the 50 recharges each day for my A team. And then I use 3 25s on my B team too. So I pretty much got my A team winning like 100% of the time, maybe 99% of the time. My B, C, and D are getting there. They win about 50 to 75% of the time. So there you go. That is 1,000,000 Blitz points. Oh, it didn't look like I was low on Blitz charges. I hadn't claimed the daily for 100. And I also hadn't claimed the challenges for the day yet. So I am ready for the Orb Blitz. I will end up with, I think, 455. So I didn't have to overextend, and I didn't have to use any power cores to get up to 1,000,000. So that is going to do it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned and stay awesome.